Today we will talk about various models for curve fitting in addition to linear regression. If you have data that does not look like it will fit a straight line, you have other options. You can fit a polynomial, you can fit an exponential curve, you can fit a logarithmic curve. The way to turn on that kind of data is through stat and calculate and turning the diagnostic on. So I will explain to you how that works. The first thing you need to do, you need to enter your data by using the stat edit button. And I did that already for you. So I entered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the x values. These are the independent variable. And on the y, I entered the y values. Now, if I were to go, let me turn this off. Yeah, that's off. If I want to go and plot scatter plot of this data, all I need to do is just go to stat plot and turn it on and pick the first option of the first line and put L1 for X list and L2 for Y list. Then go to zoom and pick zoom stat so that your calculator goes and gets the best zoom for this data. If you were to pass a straight line through that data, probably your regression coefficient wouldn't be that good. So I have a feeling that this is not a straight line. So these are the options that are built into your calculator. So it's not a straight line. What are my options? Quadratic, it will fit part or whole of the parabola. Logarithmic, and you try to fit that when you have an increasing function with concave down curve. It can be exponential or a power function fitting. That one is an increasing function with a concave up curve. So concave up means up like that and down like this. So I want to try maybe quadratic, and then I will try something like an exponential curve for this data. I can also try a power function. So to turn the diagnostic on, you have to go to catalog. You get that by pushing the second 0. You'll get this alphabetical list of all the keys that you can use. To go down quicker, you can try to do the alpha D, for example, because I'm going to go to diagnostic. So I go to alpha and look around where D is. D is around here. Let's try it again. Alpha D. Okay, so it went right to D. If you want to go to another list, E or whatever, you pick those from these letters. So I'm going to scroll down at this point and turn the diagnostic on. And then push enter one more time. It will say done. Now I entered my data and turned the diagnostic on. And now I'm going to go to stat. And I will go to calculate. Now this time, if you look down, you have the linear regression and quadratic regression, cubic, all these in there. I will try the exponential. So let's try that. And you're going to tell you entered L1 for X, comma, L2 for Y. So you have to enter the addresses and push enter. If you look at this, you'll have a correlation coefficient of 0.99, which is fairly good. You got an A times B to the X power. A is 0.9, 0.91 actually, times 2.057, 2.57 to the X. Now to see how that agrees with your data, you can go and enter that, and the way to enter it is you just go to Y. I pre-entered these for you. 0.9 times 2.057, and you enter to the by pushing that caret sign in here, and make sure that you enter the X from this button. To select this curve, just make sure you go to the equal button and press enter. Now when I graph it, I should be able to see the curve. And this is a fairly good fit. Now, let's assume I want to pass the quadratic equation instead. Again, you do the same thing. This time you go to Stat, Calculate, and you can go and pick the quadratic. This is number 5. So it's going to try to pass a second degree polynomial. Again, you do it the same way. L1, comma, L2, and push. And this one has an R square of 0.99 as well. So, and the formula is given here. Please, as self-explanatory. I just copied that in here. So if I were to go and put this in my Y, pushing by Y, and let's turn the first one off by going to equal and pushing enter. Now I want to push the second equal sign and push enter, and to the right. So I entered this formula. Make sure you use the multiplication button and to the button right here, the caret and the multiplication button. And for minuses, make sure you use this button. So if you want to plot this, push graph, you'll actually see it. This one is part of a parabola, as you see. And it's going to go up, of course, a little bit. And then you see a nice fitting curve. So you can actually play with this, and this is a very powerful tool. And you try it if you don't feel like your data will fit a linear line, straight line. You have more than a few options to be able to fit something in there.